gone, I made sure that Brad did say that he could go back in the game. But it's a concern for us is obviously our depth is a concern there. So.
Well, I was asking because the last time you guys were in a similar game like this, you seemed to sub offense defense quite a bit when you could, and you did it today. I didn't know if you did that because of the injury or because you didn't like when you got out of it last time.
A little of both.
Okay.
A little of both. Yeah, a little of both. Dwayne screwed up off the ball assignment, lost his man, and he got an open three, and I almost took him out. But I just felt like he's got to learn through. He's a sophomore. He's got to learn and get better in some of those areas. And for him, I'm glad he didn't because he ended up making a three the next time down.
But Luther had the brace on, and then in the second half he wasn't wearing it. Was he feeling better? And then
I don't know. I didn't know he took it off.
Okay.
So I don't. Yeah, I'll have to ask Brad that. I don't know why he took it off. If he did, he shouldn't have taken it off. It's not healthy enough for him to take it off. He probably doesn't like it because it affects his shooting.
Okay. You talked about the three that Dwayne gave you, but for CJ to hit those free throws, those were his only points of the game. And he looked like maybe he had some moments where he was struggling a little bit today. But what does it take for a guy to step up in a moment like that when you haven't scored all game and hit 2 free throws to seal a game?
Yeah, great sign for him. I thought he really competed. I thought he competed on both ends. He just had a couple shots that just went in and out, to be honest with you. He had a couple shots go in and out. Justin's three went in and out. They had a couple shots go in and out too, but I was really proud of him. He's a gutsy kid. I thought he and Kyle's four in a row there was pretty gutsy stuff.
And defensively, did you like the shots that you were allowing?
Yeah, not all of them. Not all of them because they had some open threes. I'm sure we're going to be 14th again in three-point field goal percentage defense. They were 10 of 30.
31.
Yeah, so we'll be right back at the bottom there. I didn't love some of our challenging contests, but I did think we did a good job protecting the rim.
You were saying this team when the team was 9-0. You were saying it's a marathon. It's a marathon, and everything in the world has happened to this team. What does this tell the players on the road winning a game like this at this point?
You know, I think it says something about the character of the group. It says something about their resolve. It says something to the leadership we have in there from a couple of the older guys. And I've seen progress with our guys in the last couple of weeks. Again, we just haven't always seen the results like we'd wanted them to be. But that's the biggest thing right now is, you know, it's your all's job to make a lot of a game or it's not my job. My job is to stay steady and consistent and see how we're improving and growing. That's what we're trying to do, one way or the other, whether we're winning or losing, or what kind of progress are we making.
Was it easy to stay steady when the losses started piling?
Oh, I think we hit some adversity there with injuries and even with, you know, some things that have happened the last couple of weeks and. You know, the losses at home that were close, that went down, were really difficult. But you know, I think we just have to we just had to figure out how we can play better, coach better, and focus on the day and the task at hand. And that's really what we've got to continue to do. You know, I don't think the tough times are over. So not in this league. It's just about how we're playing, and I think we're executing and playing, you know, steps better in certain areas. I do.
Chris, you guys were finding Caleb a lot on the pop in the first half, and then on the roll, it seemed like more in the second half.
Yeah.
Did they change the way they were defending
Yes.
you, and what did it tell you about your guys executing when you do encounter that kind of change?
Yeah, they were. They did change their coverage a little bit. They tried to keep it on the side a couple times. He and Dwayne have a good chemistry off of handoffs and ball screens. But they tried to keep it on the side, and they tried to squeeze a couple times or push up, stay attached to him, and go under certain guys. They did switch their coverage, which allowed us to get to roll a little bit more. And they also, later in the game, they just didn't hedge as much. So we were able to get in the lane. They just weren't leaving his body as much.
How much better has Caleb gotten at catching it on the roll, controlled, and not? It seems like in the past he'd catch it and just kind of barrel into the lane.
Yes, he was great with it today. I thought, well, how about his interior pass to Kyle Young? I thought that was a big time play. He did. Yeah, I thought I thought our guys found him on the short roll. That's kind of the NBA's term for that, is a short roll. I thought our guys found him, and I thought he made great decisions.
Only 8 turnovers.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Better. 10 and 8 in the last 2 games. Better. We didn't seem to have as many foolish ones, although I think we probably had 2 that could have. Caleb had one that got tipped that we got back. So did I think Xavier Simpson hit knocked a couple loose, but better. We had to keep improving in that area.
How do you feel about the way Dwayne's been handling that point guard position the last 2 games, especially when a lot of it was because you wanted DJ off the ball. Now he's not here. It's maybe a little bit more of an emphasis in that.
Yeah, he's got to play it a lot. I feel good. He can't be, hey, I'm going to run the offense and not look for my offense, because that's going to limit who he is as a player. And yet at the same time, he's got a pretty good mind, so he can get us in stuff. And we were moving in that direction even when DJ was with us. We were moving DJ off the ball some and playing those 2 guys together, because he can learn 2 positions pretty quickly.
So to that point of staying aggressive, how are you coaching that balance? Because there's times out there, even when he's playing the point guard, he still wants to be aggressive
Yes.
for a shot.
Yeah.
How are you teaching that balance to him when to be a point guard and then when to be the aggressive scorer?
I'm pulling him out when he doesn't do what I ask, and sitting him down, and that's really what I'm doing.
So was that left wing fast break?
Yes,
That was
he came out pretty shortly after that, I think.
How does he take to that stuff?
Oh, he's used to it by now. So, unfortunately, he's used to it. I think sometimes he responds well, and other times he doesn't. But it's happened enough in his career here that I think he knows when it's time for him to sit down.
I think you've legitimately mentioned every single aspect of Caleb's game being good, passing, basically everything. Is this as much of an all-around game as you've seen from him?
Yeah. I mean, the only play I was the one pass that got deflected and the foul on Teskey's shot. But other than that, Caleb today, I thought, was who he is, and that is one of the best bigs in the country. And sometimes he can have games where he struggles just like everybody else, but he played like one of the best big men in the country.
Okay.